sitting there holding this up because he's had a whole bunch of all the way to this point, and all I can support parties started. You know, in 1962,
we are here today mainly because of the aggression against Syria. It's a bad situation. The U.S. and its allies are determined to change the government of Syria, no matter what anyone says or does. And in so doing, they've killed numerous people and created a huge refugee problem. And meanwhile, they blame it all on other forces. The main solution is for everybody to get out of Syria and allow the Syrian people to settle their own affairs. Think about it. When in history has U.S. intervention ever made a situation better? Look at Iraq, look at Libya, now look at Syria. It's a pattern.
What about Bill C-51? Where does that fit into the protest today?
Bill C-51? Bill C-51 is trying to criminalize protest and dissent. It's trying to suggest that people like us who oppose what the government is doing or even what the U.S. is doing, since Canada always falls in line with the U.S., that we're doing something wrong, that we should be criminalized, and trying to sow fear amongst people that they shouldn't stand up for their rights and for the rights of other people. Trudeau made a promise to repeal Bill C-51. I'm sure he received some of his support because of that, but he's done nothing about it, and now he's backpedaling like crazy. So let us see where that goes.
And we're against war, yeah?
So why are you here today?
I'm here today with ECOWAR to protest Bill C-51, the anti-terrorism bill introduced by Stephen Harper. And we oppose Bill C-51 because it goes against the rule of law in Canada and gives too many powers to the government and its agencies, including CSIS, and too little accountability. So things like the no-fly list, the government doesn't have to notify you that you're on the no-fly list, and if you find out that you're on the no-fly list, they don't have to tell you why. They have more ability, CSIS has more ability to collect mass data and track cell phones, things like that, making CSIS more akin to the NSA, and there's less judicial oversight. And the bill gives the government the ability to declare peaceful protests like road blockades, non-violent protests, to be dangerous to security. So we oppose all of that.
And what do you hope will come out of this picket today?
I hope that we can get some discussion going and try and talk to some people and make them think twice about C-51, because I think for a lot of people that probably, they thought about it very briefly and then they didn't really look into it. So I want to get some discussion, because I think the reason there wasn't enough opposition to prevent it is that people didn't think enough about it.
Marchers are calling on all governments to ban the deplorable can hunting. 100 elephants will die today.
time to stop the elephant trade.
100 elephants will die today.
It's time to stop the ivory trade.
I'm here today as the organizer for the Edmonton Global March for Elephants and Rhinos.
Is this an International Day of Action?
It's a very impressive International Day of Action, probably the biggest of its kind ever in the world. There will be 148 cities marching today, and we're all marching against extinction and the illegal ivory trade and the illegal rhino horn trade.
And what are things like with those particular issues in the world right now?
So right now, an elephant is being killed every 15 minutes, and 3 rhinos are killed every 24 hours to fund, they're killed by poachers, to fund the illegal trade in wildlife products. So there's a market for ivory, People want trinkets made of ivory. It's a status symbol. And as far as rhino horn goes, there is a market in the Asian countries for rhino horn. It's believed to be medicinal. So one rhino horn can be sold for $300,000. And so it's a very lucrative business. So therefore rhinos are being poached to the point of near extinction. If we don't do something about this now, this world will be without both elephants and rhinos within the next 10 or 20 years.
And what do you most hope the message will be sent to people today through this action?
Well, today we really want to implore the Canadian government. Canada is lagging behind the rest of the world again, and they are opposing the tougher legislation against the ivory trade. So Canada, South Africa, Japan, and Namibia are 4 countries that are not interested in toughening the legislation. So we want that message out to Canadians. That everybody needs to take a stand. We don't want to buy or purchase anything made of ivory, and we want the Canadian government to destroy any and all ivory that currently exists in this country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do we want?
Justice for elephants.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice for elephants.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice for elephants.
When do we want it?
Now.
Across the country and in 4 Alberta cities, seniors today are joining like-minded organizations and individuals to highlight the UN's declaration and key principles which promote independence, participation, care, self-fulfillment, and dignity of older persons. Across the country, we are nearly 500,000 workers in Kirk. We have agreed to focus on housing, health, pension, equality for seniors. And in Alberta, we are especially concerned about the impact of privatization for services for seniors.
But one of the challenges, sort of an organizational challenge that we have faced, is that our membership is based on work. And so when people retire, we often lose some of our best activists. And so that brings me to my plea and my promise. We as an organization, the Alberta Federation of Labour, representing 29 unions, who in turn represent about 175,000 working Albertans, we recognize that the strength of our movement was built on the work done by previous generations of activists. You laid the foundation for the movement that is successful today. But we want to let all the seniors involved in Kirk understand that we still are impressed by your activism, and we want to make a place for seniors at our table.
Look out, 'cause we are growing bolder. We're gaining strength as we grow older. Our steps, they might be slow, and though our boobs are hanging low, we are aging grannies strong.
So of course today is the 25th anniversary of the United Nations International Day of Older Persons. And our government wholeheartedly supports this year's theme of taking a stand against ageism. I want to take some time just to mention some of my ministry's initiatives that are taking a stand against ageism. We appointed Dr. Cherie Kwan See as the new seniors advocate as of September 1st. Dr. Kwan See is a professor at the university. Her specialization is in aging, and so we're so pleased to have her to support seniors in this province. On World Elder Abuse Day, on June 15th, we awarded $1.2 million to the community coordinated response models in communities across Alberta. We also gave a $300,000 grant to the Alberta Elder Abuse Awareness Network. And our government is leading the way with initiatives like Seniors Week, the Grey Matters Conference that was just up in Grand Prairie a week ago or so, and the Minister's Senior Service Awards that were this week on Wednesday. And collectively, these initiatives identify challenges seniors face, offer innovative solutions, and celebrate seniors across this magnificent province.
This is an event I think, to celebrate the fact that older persons are still contributing to society. We're still as active as we can be. We still pay our taxes, and we still want to contribute. As an advocate for quality seniors care over the past 14 years, I was delighted to see the current government's commitment to building 2,000 public long-term care beds over a 4-year period. Unfortunately, because of our economic situation at the moment, we haven't probably made as much progress as we would like to have seen on that. But on the other hand, we do appreciate the fact that we have not seen the massive cuts that would have occurred under the Prentice budget, if you remember what that was. We have also seen no further attacks on the seniors' drug plan, which was a favorite target, as you may remember, of the former PC government. We also appreciate the appointment of Dr. Kwong Si as the first permanent seniors advocate. I think that's a step forward, and I hope that it will lead to much better things for seniors.